this is Josh from Robot Records speaking with Rollcall Studios about the Be Good project.
So Josh, do you want to give us a bit of an overview about the project, what it is, what your aims and goals are?
Yeah, the Be Good project is well on its way to being released in late October. Yeah, it's being released through the label Robot Records. It's something I've been thinking of doing for a couple of years now. It's sort of a joint, both music and art project that consists of a compilation album of, at this point, local Australian artists. And then also on the other side, there's been visual artists. And we've created a book of visual arts with lyrics from the compilation album. So all of that visual art and that compilation album have all been around the theme of mental health. Each individual had the opportunity to approach that from whatever perspective that they wanted to. I didn't want to back anyone into a corner or to tell them how they wanted to feel.
Was the idea that artists were creating a brand new piece for this project?
Honestly, it was much more about the creation process. It could have been something totally new. They could just write a new demo. It could be a new version of an old song. We kind of wanted to approach it from the thing of, it didn't really matter how it turned out. It was about kind of taking that time to make something without that worrying too much about having to make something that was commercially viable.
Yeah. What was your sort of role in this, and did you contribute anything musically, or were you more on the background, running around sort of side of things?
I did a lot of running around in the background, but I did contribute musically. So I have a side project called Therapy Dog, which was actually really therapeutic.
So did you select artists to reach out to, or was it sort of a call out to artists?
For this one, I did select them. So I think in the future, I would love to do the Be Good project again, which I would hope would be something that I could do a call out and would love to take submissions.
Right, let's talk to Mel.
Just like smoke, we rise up like ashes to ashes.
So let's hear an overview of you as a musician.
Well, this contribution that I've done for this project is from my solo musical project, which is Marigolden. I moved from Tassie to Melbourne to study music and have been playing around the live circuit here for the last few years with the project Marigolden, and this year released my first ever single, which was really exciting. It's very much a project that's about like a lot of stuff that like we talk about here, like mental health, a lot of feminist themes, but it's really like a personal experience talking about those themes. So touching on like lots of social issues, but through more of a lived experience kind of frame.
Cool. And so have you developed a piece from scratch for this project?
Kind of, not really. What I did was, I, like Josh was saying, a bunch of artists have done for this project is reimagined a song that I've had for a while, and it was so much fun. Ended up putting lots of like garden sounds in, like there's a little soundbite of my chook, and just like lots of fun stuff that just makes me happy to listen to. So it's really fun, yeah.
Cool. And so is your track titled Just Like Smoke?
It is.
Cool. Josh told me earlier I'm not just like Can you tell us a bit about that track and what it's about and how it links to the project as a whole?
It's one of the first songs that I wrote in the style that made me realise I wanted to start this project that I'm doing now, Marigolden. It's very much about like you know, having a moment when you're kind of sitting in the sun and you're super content and happy, but at the same time you're just like, what am I where I want to be? Am I on the right path? Am I on the right track? But at the same time, like it was realizing that actually I'm pretty proud of who I've become and where I am and the way that I live my life.
Did you get some of those mental health benefits from being a part of this project?
It was really nice to feel like a little bit of a community right now. Even just like seeing all of these other artists contributing, it was really, really nice. It also like pushed me to like learn some new skills in terms of recording and production and wanting to develop that. And to be honest, it was a little bit stressful, like wanting to get it, like getting it into at a standard that I was happy with. But then, yeah, I think I woke up one morning and I was like, man, I'm feeling so stressed. Like, what am I going to do with this to make it just feel really good? Like, I'm going to feel good about submitting it. And that's when I decided to just put lots of garden sounds in because I was like, that's what I want to do right now. I just want to like play in the garden. And so if that's the vibe that I wanted to put out. And it was through this project that I realized like, oh yeah, I'm the artist. I can actually do whatever I want. I'm going to put chicken sounds in. Here I go.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's hear from Beniah now. Tell us a bit about you as an artist to start off with.
So I studied graphic design all throughout college and then at university here in Canberra. I started working in the music scene about 2 or 3 years ago. I started becoming friends with a lot of people that were musicians in the local scene here. And eventually they worked out what I was studying, so they'd hit me up and be like, oh, can you design a gig poster for us? Or we've got, we want to release some merch. Can you design some merch? So I thought that was super cool that these musicians were like hitting me up for work. I eventually went on to do some festival posters, some smaller festivals here in Canberra. I've worked with different community groups like Ainsley and Gorman Arts Centre and Music ACT. And then I've kind of branched out a bit past Canberra, making different tour posters and album artworks for different non-Canberra bands.
And what was your contribution to the project, and how did you go about creating and collaborating and contributing?
I contributed with a piece of visual art. It's a piece that's based off a tour poster I made for a Sydney band, The Men's. I really loved this illustration that I made for them, and I wanted to kind of not adapt it, but just kind of work with the idea that I was doing for Men's, and then just kind of make something new with it for this project. But my main thing is that I'm helping Josh with the cover design and the layout of the book and the CD. But yeah, so the artwork that I've gone for, I wanted to capture that sense of community through music and through visual art. I've got this illustration of a son playing the guitar, and I've got a red heart playing the trumpet, and I've got these stars holding like paintbrushes and pencils, and it's kind of like this little festive scene going on around the name of the project, which is in the center of the artwork cover. Has
it been nice to feel connected during this time, and did it bring you connections that you wouldn't have otherwise had?
By being a part of this project was that opportunity to branch out a bit and be able to work with Josh and the Melbourne scene down there. And that's been really beneficial. The first time we spoke on the phone, I was expecting it to be like a 10-minute phone call just to go over the project. And then it ended up being like a 3-hour conversation because we just lost track and just started talking about so much other stuff.
Let's chat to Josh one last time before we wrap it up. Are you finished the project? Is everything ready to go?
We're getting there. We're just putting the final finishing touches on everything. Yeah, it will be available for purchase via Bandcamp. All of the proceeds, so 100% of the proceeds are going to Beyond Blue.
What do you guys suggest doing to stay in touch and feel connected and not let things fester?
Beyond, the usual, speaking to your friends and and your family and your loved ones, and then making sure you always know that there are lots of support out there, like, you know, charities such as Beyond Blue, Lifeline. You know, there are always options, so always sort of reach out to people for help.
I've been spending so much time on my computer and stuff, but I just want to say, like, go outside and like get some fresh air, eat your veggies, drink, hydrate. Drink all your water, play with dogs. I don't know, go into the sun. Try not to be on Instagram all the time like I am.
Yeah, I want to add support acts do a really great job in the music industry surrounding the conversation and support of mental health. Yeah, they're doing some really amazing stuff constantly. But I think for me, it's been about just staying connected with your mates and just having those conversations.
Just like smoke, we rise up like ashes to ashes and dust to